Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night Live.
Sup, I guess. We're
Howdy, motherfuckers!
by the way, this is an 18 plus show.
Sup,
Jeez.
we're gonna blow our budget.
It's progressively getting worse. Progressively getting worse. So, sorry, but not sorry. This
This is what I had to work with.
Fest Live. This is the Post Scare Fest Live, and it's you can tell it's
We're still hungover.
we're still hungover. If we make it through this, words they escape. So all jokes aside, if we seem a little bit out of it, a little bit slap happy, there is a reason. A couple of us haven't been sleeping because we're still winding down, and the week has been a week.
Motherfucker, stared out. That's our community.
That's it. That's it right there.
So proud of y'all.
Prime example. But thank you all for showing up. For who watches this later, catch the replay. It's another fun month because Scarefest, because Halloween, we're doing spooky shit. We're gonna get into that here in a little bit. If you haven't caught them, we've done talks on werewolves and vampires. We've done talks on ghost stories. We've done talks on cryptids and favorite horror flicks and all kinds of different shit this month. This week's gonna be no different, but we do have announcements, correct?
Come back next week and we'll have announcements.
Fuck, all right. In all honesty, we are going to be at the Mystical Market this coming month. We're going to be there for November.
Yes.
It's
the last weekend of November. It's real late in the month this year, so just be aware of that. I believe it's the same weekend as Thanksgiving, so it's the weekend after, if I'm not mistaken. So come out and see us if you can.
It is.
Yeah, we're gonna be there in full force. Just as a reminder to those who come to our Tarot Night Live, that is next week. It is a Halloween Tarot Night Live.
who the fuck knows what's going to go on with that? Because I don't know what the fuck is going to go on with that.
Giving y'all a heads up, eyes will not be here.
Children's.
Yes.
Children's.
If it's the 30th and the 1st, it's the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
It is 30th and the 1st.
Yeah, so the 20th, 1st is Thanksgiving.
Gotcha. So
I'm wrong. Huh. But when did they move Thanksgiving?
Apparently.
They didn't.
That's not the third week.
It's the fourth week every year.
It's the third week every year.
It's
the
fourth
third
week
Thursday.
every week.
Now. It's some fucking.
Renee asked about costumes. It is possible I will wear the Ace Ventura costume next week.
He's gonna wear what?
The Ace Ventura costume.
All right, do it. I'll be damned. I know about you.
But
I accept that I'm wrong. I don't have to give you props for it.
So zombies.
it's gonna be a night. We do have some things coming up. As soon as we get an actual schedule for the next month, usually that comes in the last week of the month. So next week we'll be able to have proper announcements, as Pat said. We do have some stuff going on here at the shop. I know Miss Joanna is going to be here doing Intro to Shamanism and Journeys next month. I don't know the direct weekends yet.
They'll be the 9th and the 16th. So, yep, it's from 12:30 to 1:30. She's got a Intro to Shamanism class that she's teaching. It's a really fun time. Honestly, hanging out with Joanna is fantastic. Learning from her is spectacular too. Every time she goes on a journey and takes me with her, I learn something new about myself. It's a great experience.
We swear by Miss Joanna. She's never done us wrong and is a wealth of knowledge in what it is that she does. So it's great to learn from her when you have the opportunity. Also, coming up, we're going to have yet another 300 level class. We're going to have a date and a class set for you guys next week. That way, you guys can be prepared for it. Probably the way it's going to work out is the same way it did this month. We're going to do one a month until the new year starts. Reason for that is obvious. Fucking holidays, family and shit,
Woo!
whatever, community, go do other things. But we're going to do our best to have at least one a month for you. Also, it's up in the air right now as to if we're going to be directly associated with a charity. If we are, we're going to have something set up for you guys because we usually try to be associated with some form of charity, usually the Phoenix Foundation, which is based in Winchester, and they are a part of recovery. So they help families that are in recovery of drug addiction or people who have been impacted by family members, parents, guardians who were addicted. So we may be associated with them this year or somebody else. We don't know yet. If we do, we'll have a special live stream, possibly a special auction or two. We've got a couple of awesome things that we can do. I'm going to get with Brian and Raymond to see what we can do with that, and we'll get back with you. Last announcement is the forecast is back. I have done one. I did one last week. I will be doing one this week. I am going to be talking with the boys on that one too, because I may start to pre-record those and let them do their magic. So we may have some different segments. We may have some openers. Try and, spruce it up a little bit for you guys. Make it a little bit more interesting. I know that you guys have been asking for the forecasts again. I want to make sure that we have something that's entertaining as well as informative. So we're going to do. All right, it's fucking zombies.
Now, there are 3 types of zombies.
All right, lay it on me. What's the 3?
Wait. Now, are we talking about
Movie zombies or real zombies?
Movie zombies.
okay?
Oh,
Because movie zombies, yeah, we can talk about movie zombies.
Well, there's one specific one that is metaphysical zombie. You get the voodoo ones.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up. Was those are the actual quote unquote real zombies? Are the quote unquote the voodoo driven zombie? Those who have been brought back from the dead. We can talk about that here in a minute.
Gotcha.
so
But
movie zombies.
movie zombies. We're going to start there first.
So the first, so movie zombies and Night of the Living Dead, they weren't originally supposed to be called zombies. They were supposed to be called ghouls. And the public actually started calling them zombies.
Well, I could see that because of the interaction with the voodoo and the Haitian legends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that.
So you have the one that is what everybody refers to, the slow moving
The
ones,
Shambler.
the shambler. They just walk. The worst they are is in a group. And then you have what I refer to as next gen zombies. Those are your genetically modified runner types.
Yeah.
Your Resident Evils,
28 days later.
28 Days Later, Dawn of the Dead.
Zombieland.
Zombieland would be kind of that.
Part 2.
Part 2, yeah.
Yeah.
World War Z.
Yeah.
World War Z would be the epitome of next gen zombies, the running zombie. Or I think they call them sprinters now.
Yeah. And then you have Haitian zombies brought back by the Magic.
By the Magic.
Macaque.
Macaquic. So
Weekend at Bernie's.
What?
Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, that wasn't a zombie
no, that was an
He
actual
dead.
fucking dead dude.
for 3 movies.
For 3,
Yeah.
I don't. Godspeed to the people that had to smell that corpse. Anyway, so there's, at least as far as movie zombies though,
Mhm.
I say, there's the Shamblers, then there's the Walkers,
Mhm.
which was actually introduced, cough cough, here in Kentucky. Shout out Cynthiana. For those of you that aren't interested in The Walking Dead or fear The Walking Dead, I prefer the graphic novel to the TV show. That's me. I'm a purist. But it was actually a series that was written and drawn here in Cynthiana, Kentucky. So the guy that actually created it is from here.
Because the first hospital in the
Where Rick wakes up,
is Harrison Memorial,
which is in Cynthiana.
which was where I was born.
That's cool.
Isn't that neat?
That explains a lot.
Doesn't it?
I was born next to a cemetery.
So you have
Because there literally is a cemetery right beside Harrison Memorial.
it's kind of tragic. But
So we went and did a friend of ours' wedding of I think last year, the year before last, when we went and did Miggles.
oh yeah. Okay.
I saw something run the fuck across the road over there by the cemetery, heading up towards where they had the ceremony at.
Yeah, down at the pavilion.
Just
It's like, sure, you do it. Oh my God. But yeah, so you have the Shamblers, you have the Walkers, and then you have the Sprinters. So, as far as ghoul is the actual definition. It's literally a flesh-eating undead.
Mhm.
It's a creature that has to primally feed on meat, which I do that and I'm living. But it's a big deal in that situation. It's insatiable. And back in the day when George Romero actually started that was a very heinously scary thing. You go back and you watch Night of the Living Dead now and you're like, why was this ever scary? But, you're looking back at the early 70s, the 60s and early 70s, and you have this introduction of ghouls to a public theater, and people are put in an actual situation where these creatures, these people, are coming back and attacking them to eat them. It was probably the most revolutionary thing that could have happened to horror at that time.
Yeah.
Because it made the monsters real. They were actual people. And the way that the movie was shot was actually really amazing because it was shot from the perspective of someone who is standing there.
Mhm.
Because they were. Old school movies. They actually were, but it was done so well that you were, while you're watching the movie, you were actually placed as a member of that party.
Mhm.
It was spectacular. But, it was more shock and awe back then.
Yeah. I mean, we have like you had during that period of time, you had Psycho, you had Birds.
Oh yeah,
So mostly Hitchcock shit that was really
really huge.
a shit ton of Dracula, which but then you're looking at the 50s.
Yeah, the old school Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
Max. Trying to remember.
Christopher Lee's renditions, plural, of Dracula.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. His first name was Max, and I can't remember, but the
Max
original.
Schreck.
Yes, thank you. The original Nosferatu. But that one was like way back. That was like in the 20s or 30s.
Whereas, like with say the other ones, you're getting more into the psychological thriller, psychological horror, as far as like, yeah, Scream is at one point a slasher.
At one point, it became
During one scene is when the kill happened.
yeah.
But the entire movie was mostly psychological buildup. Whereas now with that, Night of the Living Dead, like you're saying, they're right there.
They're right there. And then those are the Shamblers, and then getting into the Walkers. There's a lot of movies that did the Walkers, so you're looking, and it's still Romero. Notice the trend. I mean, the guy literally created the quote unquote pop culture zombie, but you're looking closer to like Day of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead. Still in the 70s. That kind of shit, where they are up and they're walking and they're almost like a hive mind. They shamble and walk in the same direction, and once one of them gets triggered, they all get triggered.
It was in the 80s, but Return of the Living Dead,
Oh yeah,
where that one was shot up in Louisville. I think I mentioned that during our
horror
movies.
movie. Yeah,
But that one was it was weird because that one wasn't a virus, it was chemical.
Yep.
And they were intelligent, able to talk.
yeah. They were people that actually came back. That one was actually an interesting deal, and even
Send more cops.
even the Romero, like the original
Mhm.
Night of the Living Dead, it was a meteor. It was literally a meteor that crash landed, and the radiation from it is what caused the dead to come back to life. Like,
I see what he did there.
yeah, really, yep.
I see exactly what he did there.
Well, I mean, all Romero's shit was literally social commentary.
Mhm.
So, but it was one of a kind. The virus thing kicked off, and the reason why the virus thing kicked off is, it's a quote unquote real to earth thing. I mean, you have different viruses that are being produced naturally, and then you have viruses that can be released as agents. Bioweapons are a thing. So at this point, you have situations where an actual zombie, quote unquote, is not possible, but plausible.
Even when you start to look at the cordyceps fungus,
Yeah.
You're getting into
from
it.
The Last of Us.
Yeah,
Think about the clickers.
yeah. If you ever watched the Max show, The Last of Us, it's actually based off a video game by the same name. But in real life, they took that premise from cordyceps mushrooms in the Amazon that literally took over an ant's body and drove them to the highest point it can, and then make it do a death bite into the tree, and then fungus sprouts.
That's kind of pimping.
That's how it repopulates.
Mm-hmm.
It mind controls the ant into transplanting it to a different tree.
Mm-hmm. And then going as high as it can go, and then biting down and locking its jaw.
And then
It sprouts.
It literally just dies. As soon as that happens, the fungus literally,
Damn.
it's the wildest shit. But now you see how that could actually come into, a zombie, because it's literally what it is.
That's what they call it. They call it the zombie fungus.
I mean, rightfully so, So, I mean, the evolution is amazing, because you have things like that are starting to come in. And then, of course, the sprinters, new age zombies, like you were talking about, and think about like World War Z. Like that movie actually kind of fucked me up, The book fucked me up, but the movie kind of fucked me up because it's one thing to sit there and read about how zombies are actually intelligent and are forming walls of their own bodies so that the others can actually climb and jump over partitions and into windows and shit. It's another thing to actually watch it happen. And when I first saw that movie, I went and saw it in the theater, and I actually fucking regretted it because I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait, got the brain going. It kind of fucked me up because I'm like, but that's the way it would be.
It's just like ants.
Mm-hmm.
That's how, if the ants can't bridge the gap, they'll make a bridge.
That's it. At the expense of each other's lives. And that's literally what was going down. So, I mean,
So could we get them in a death spiral?
actually, probably could.
I mean, I really just kind of want to do a wall of death personally, but
Actually,
I was just thinking. Anyway, I was sitting there thinking of zombies
Right.
doing a death spiral. Just
going. Yeah, no, experiment for later. But,
taking notes.
so,
Bring on Lorna Shore.
right?
Gosh.
shit.
Mm-hmm. Get old Will Ramos.
That's right.
But,
Angry zombie noises.
what do we got for comments?
Literally.
Renee said World Z, Z Nation, Dark Shadows. I mean, I could, even though it's a vampire flick, the vampire technically is in that vein.
They are undead.
Boo.
And the way he controls other people, they literally become zombies.
Reach though. That one.
Well, I mean, you're going mystical power, but they do change other people into vampires via bite. They change
No,
zombies.
no.
Chomp.
No.
It broke your brain. Didn't it?
Don't do the three.
It broke your brain.
Don't
Didn't
do the three.
Over
How
romanticized
do you-
zombie.
How do you think a species that can't
God damn it,
physiologically
Brian.
reproduce, who are parasitic by nature?
But I don't want to. But classifying a vampire as a fucking zombie.
Well,
After all, it's just a virus.
because the other
Depending on which
yeah. But I mean, on that end, you're. Oh my God, I didn't think this was going to be a debate. But
I'll shut up that it's that they're undead. I'll shut up. But it's a different subclass.
well,
yeah,
yes.
that's not the argument I'm trying to make. You
Not-
are correct.
Not to mention, one is parasitic, and the other one has just the primal need because the brain misfires because it's
so do zombies.
fucking
God
rotted.
damn it. Fucking shit.
They both have the need to feed, except one's a little bit more to it. Their brains aren't fried from whatever virus is running through them, or whichever
Whichever
mythos.
But the big thing is that let's call it what it is. Vampire is parasitic, whereas a zombie just needs to feed. It's the primal instinct of a zombie, whereas the vampire chooses to prey.
It's just a tick.
There's a difference.
Mhm.
So we agree they're not the same.
It's okay. It's okay. You can
Werewolf
keep
laughs.
your. I was going to say something about your book collection, but this is an 18 plus show, not 21.
Jesus Christ. So
I will say, okay, fair enough. Damn it, that's like a different fucking shit.
She needs her shades. She can't deal with life.
Swear to Christ.
She needs at least 2 degrees of separation.
that limelight's pretty fucking bright right now. So,
No, and you, Renee, there's no reason to be sorry. I took off with it.
What sucks is that you have a point, and that's why I'm sad.
Most undead things do that way, though.
they do. I mean, witches do too.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to nom on some face, yo.
It's just how much of the face are you gonna eat? You go to the blood. Zombie just takes the thing.
I want that.
I'm taking skin, man.
Literally.
I want that.
Your ear looks juicy. I won't bite it.
Cartilage.
Yum.
Earlobes.
This is crunchy.
Wow, your kneecap tastes delicious.
I mean,
Tendon. Jesus Christ.
snaps like calamari. Anyway,
Chews on arm, then waves at people with it.
All right.
Jesus. So, so looking at metaphysical zombies.
I'm gonna go take shit. Just kidding.
Right over there, goddamn. So,
All right.
like Jesus. Fucking.
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you
Sure.
high?
Like the product.
So yes.
Oh, shit. Look at me.
You're gonna what?
Wait.
What are you gonna do?
Oh yeah. So metaphysical zombies.
Baby broken.
I'm sure we did.
Just drink your drink.
Okay.
Fucking vampires are zombies with purpose. There's a okay. Let's right. That's all what it is.
Shaun of the Dead.
God damn it. So
Metaphysical zombie.
metaphysical zombies. Brian and I have actually come across these particular entities quite a bit. And the interesting thing about them is the way that they operate.
Now, these aren't ones that are created by a practitioner.
Nope.
I want to preface that because those are different.
They are, and they're called completely
Completely
different things.
But when a human spirit goes through its transition, and interestingly enough, it can go down multiple branches, but one of them specifically is what we call standing dead.
Ah.
Now, they are like a hive mind,
Mhm.
and they're like a fucking turkey in the rain until there's movement.
Yep. So literally, you've seen a lot of the zombie movies where, you know, all the zombies are just kind of shifting in place and staring at, you know, firework that the heroes blow up, or, you know, some kind of, you know, movement in the distance, or a helicopter or whatever. They're staring at that, and all of them are staring at that, not moving. And you've got that party of people that's slowly weaving in and out of them. That's literally standing dead.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are the typical ways to notice standing dead? Is there something
They're
specific?
standing there.
They,
God damn it.
honest to Christ, he's right. That's not a joke. Most of the time, when you notice there's an entity here, but it's not moving.
It just
It doesn't have any empathic connection. There's no feel to it. You can just tell there's a thing there.
Does it often have a smell?
Yes,
Okay.
it smells like you think it would.
decay. Smells like decay, rotting meat, with a side of very over-ripened vegetables and fruit. It's a very sickening, sweet meat kind of smell.
Depending on if they have actually eaten.
And that is true. Now, a standing dead that is on an attack or on a hunt, meaning it was triggered in some way, takes on a different connotation. We use a Witcher reference just because we're nerds, but it's a progression. So instead of standing dead, it's literally moving dead. But we refer to them as necrophages.
Mm-hmm.
A necrophage is a living dead that begins to hunt. It's choosing to eat. So it goes from being turkey in the rain to being predator.
Mm-hmm.
Something has tripped the senses and it needs to feed. Now, necrophages can actually cause physical harm. They are literally one of the most corporeal entities that you can actually come across when you're dealing with anything negative. To the point where they'll leave bruises. They are able to actually move you, move objects. They'll leave bites, claw marks. They can be dangerous. One is just going to be a problem. It's just an abusive person, as bad as I hate to say that. Multiple in a small area is dangerous. They can actually cause some significant harm and damage to property if they're trying to feed.
So are they also hive-minded or are they more intelligent?
The necrophages are more of what you.
Too. He goes biting bugs.
They are biting.
They are actually.
Yeah, they're more like Renee, more like the Left 4 Dead video game zombies for that particular one.
Because the standing dead are hive-minded, 100%.
But once they trip and they start to go hunt, they are primal. There's not a mind there. I must eat, even though that's not the thought because there isn't one.
Gotcha. So it's literally just the primal instincts kicking over.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
So these are the closest things to an actual quote-unquote zombie.
So I have a story I got to tell.
Oh my God!
Have a good night, Pam. So I had a student once.
Oh my God, Mikey!
We were hunting them in a park. I was with them, so they were safe. He's like, all right, there's the go over and do the thing. All right, man. We chased them all over the damn park. I'm following behind them. Dustin was with us too. And he goes to do the thing using a particular technique that I taught him, but he didn't do it. He didn't use the technique.
He just took a swing.
He took a freaking swing, and what you hear in the park, there's nothing around him physically, and he goes, "Motherfucker!" And I go, "Yeah."
I mean, when I say nearly corporeal, I fucking mean it. If you're not prepared for it,
What about the wraith on the corner
yeah.
out there on the street?
That's what I was cracking up about. Was what about the wraith on the corner?
That's a different kind of story. That is a different kind of distraction.
You felt its head come off, right?
Yeah, it did.
Well, that was a different thing, but yeah.
Yeah, it did. I had my Mikey moment.
He did.
Holy shit, this is fucking real.
Like actual words. And I'm like, yeah.
And I did the same thing to my student.
Yeah. And then lastly, as Brian mentioned, there are quote unquote, and I'm air quoting this as hard as I can, actual zombies. Now, these are supposedly brought back through voodoo, certain Haitian practice, sometimes certain deep African practice,
Santeria.
Santeria, Santa Muerte practices. There's a lot of supposed reanimation. However, that's not what happens. So what actually happens is poor schmucks are talked into going into trances. So they're talked into going into meditative states, journeys, different practices. Hey, come party with us. We'll do the thing. They're drugged with a paralytic
That's awful.
and buried alive.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they're buried alive. And just under, not 6 feet, just under the dirt, but they're buried alive. And what will happen is the person will, quote unquote, break out of their grave in a drug-filled stupor and stumble around like an actual zombie. The other thing, and this is one of the more horrible things, is they will be dug up. So the person that drugged them will open the coffin and set them free. So they are a spell-controlled living dead. Now, does that mean that every single person that practices these things is an asshole? No. It takes a very special, evil fucking person to do this kind of shit. But it is an actual practice. It still happens to this day. So there's a lot of people that'll get kidnapped and then force-fed drugs and then dug up. You're under my spell. You're under my control. I brought you back to life. Now you work for me.
That is a whole different level of like trauma.
It's fucked up.
That's fucked up. As fuck.
It's pretty fucked up.
This Tiff was saying sometimes they'll use pufferfish venom.
Yep.
Just enough.
Damn.
Because pufferfish venom will,
It'll kill you.
well, if you use it small enough, it'll just fucking paralyze you.
Yeah, it's just a paralytic.
I don't practice Santeria.
Hang, I've got a couple of crystal balls. Got a few.
Never had $1 million, but I'm pretty sure I'd spend it all.
Fucking roof.
Fucking roof.
The roof?
The roof.
roof.
It's on fire.
Just like my head. But yeah,
Damn.
so it's a rough,
Right.
it's a rough practice. What was it?
Tiff said makes you seem dead.
Yeah.
Dead to the naked eye. Yep.
Yeah. You'll fall asleep. It's a suspended animation. You'll fall asleep. It's
Not breathe.
It's a
Yes.
similar paralytic to what your brain gives you.
That's fucked up.
And yeah, and then they'll snap you out of it, smelling salts or reagent, different things like that. They'll open the grave and give you an antidote of sorts, just enough to wake you up. And then you're indentured.
It's you don't watch too many documentaries, Tiff. You're being informative.
Yeah. I mean, you are corroborating what it is that we're saying.
Renee said The Serpent and the Rainbow is a movie about that.
Literally, actually.
Yep.
And that is based off of a true story. That person is actually based, like the main person in the movie is based off of someone that lived through the experience.
Jesus.
So,
Good.
No.
it's a rough go. But yeah, as far as real zombies, you're looking at things like that. You're also looking at, but notice how all these require some kind of drug or poison. It's the same thing. And this trigger warning, I say this again, trigger warning, one more time, trigger warning. I typically don't do this, but I'm doing this for a reason right now. It's the same thing they do in certain parts of the world to make kids feel invincible.
Mm.
They will intentionally feed them drugs to turn them into zombies so that they don't feel pain and they don't get scared. It's terrible. It's terrible and it's terrifying. And to me, that's worse than any flesh eater ever could be. But these are actual zombies. You know, everybody gets terrified and afraid of the possibility of a rogue virus, and all of a sudden everybody turns into some kind of flesh hungry idiot. But you have actual zombies out there that are being man made, and it has nothing to do with governments. It has nothing to do with, you know, behind the scenes, you know, chemical factories or whatever else. It doesn't have anything to do with conspiracy. It has everything to do with the fact that the human heart does hold some evil in it. And some people like to exploit it.
Tiff said, or if that fungus jumps species, or toxoplasmosis ramps itself up.
True.
Or
That's-
rabies mutates.
Bath salt, yeah. Bath salts is another one.
It'll make you a flesh-eating zombie.
Every
Right here.
faces get eaten, apparently. You know, too much bath salts and you become a fucking flesh eating idiot.
Just to be clear, it's not the same bath salts that you actually use to like for.
No, I'm pretty
Sauce.
sure that what we're talking about, nobody makes it anymore.
Nope.
That's just the disclaimer.
Yeah.
We don't want you guys to draw conclusions that all these people or all these products are heinous.
Nah.
Not at all. Because we know people that do practice these things, at least the spiritual practice, not the actual creation of zombies.
Oh, so toxoplasmosis makes mice attracted to cats, so they get eaten and continue the cycle.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. If it ever truly transfers to humans, we'll all eat cats. Make the jokes. But
Now,
I thought we were supposed to get eaten by the cats.
make the jokes.
Shit.
now.
But yeah.
Damn, I have to get rid of my bath salts now. If you're down to get some freaking Epsom salt and do that,
Fucking
God,
Godspeed.
fucking dragon lung that.
Oh, damn it.
Can you feel the burn?
Just all the salt in my chest, and I'm like, nah, no, thank you. I think the actual fucking pain would send me over the edge. It's probably what it is. I don't like your face because I can't stand mine right now.
My chest hurts. I don't like.
What is it?
Oh, Patrick. Tiffany said, Patrick, all that'll do is make you shit yourself worse than Fazoli's.
Oh no.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. We can
That's
talk
tough.
about, we can talk about leaves.
Photosynthesis. But yo, suck on these leaves. But yeah, it's
That's
a
poison ivy.
Oh.
Has anybody ever done that?
Lick poison ivy? Why the fuck would you lick poison ivy?
He's talking about using poison ivy as toilet paper.
no.
No.
I know what the fuck it looks like, and I'm blind.
Magnesium's rough on the inside.
Truth. It is. But so as far as your favorite iteration of zombies,
My favorite iteration of zombies?
yeah, like your favorite movie, your favorite show, comic book.
Game of Thrones White Walkers.
You-
They killed a dragon and then brought it back and was like, fuck your wall. Spoilers, sorry.
If you haven't seen Game of Thrones by now, God help you.
My favorite zombie is Arthas Menethil. You want to use Game of Thrones? I'm going to give you a reference you don't know.
Fair enough.
Him's
The-
the Lich
The
King.
Lich King himself
Yeah.
from World of Warcraft. A fallen paladin that was corrupted by his blade. He had to physically remove his own heart.
Oh yeah, full edgelord.
Damn.
Yeah, 100% full edgelord.
Raymond, what about you?
28 days later.
Oh yeah,
The advanced rabies.
dude,
Yeah.
I am so ready for that movie. 28
Same.
years later.
Yeah, the new one. They finally decided to make another one.
Well, they brought the original people back.
Yep, for 28 years later.
Well, I mean, makes sense. Actually,
I'm
Director, writers, original lead, they're all back. I'm stoked.
Patrick said World War Z or 28 series.
Yep.
The only ones that I'm actually scared of. Dawn of the Dead zombies, though, are so the one from the mall.
yeah. Wait,
They're
which,
next
which one? The modern one or the original?
modern one,
Yeah,
because those are next gen.
like the
They're
spoil-
doing zombies doing fucking parkour and shit.
spoilers. And once again, if you haven't seen this fucking movie by now, God help you. But spoilers, right?
Mhm.
The opening scene with the fucking little girl.
Oh, fuck me up.
That one actually got me. You know, zombie movies, you know exactly what to expect, and that one kind of fucked me up. And it's like, oh, okay,
We're going for the jugular with this one.
literally. But as far as zombies, it's an interesting show. But if you get the opportunity to give it a shot, Glitch.
I don't know that one.
Glitch is a very interesting take on zombies. There are people that have been dead and literally have been dead for a minute that come back to life and go about their days like nothing ever happened. No one knows why they come back. No one understands the process. And things have this tendency to kind of shift. But it's really interesting because there's not a need to flesh eat. There's not a need to harm in any way. They're literally just people with some kind of strange illness.
Hmm.
It's a strange deal. It's a reverse zombie kind of bit, and I'm kind of like, that's pretty fucking neat. Of course, crazy shit happens as crazy shit does, but it's a fun take on it. I always kind of like that kind of thing. You know, it's out of the standard decaying body bullshit.
What about your alls? Do you all have a favorite?
Of course.
Um, Pat said World War Z or the 28 series. Tiff said all I watch are docs that make me know weird shit. You said Glitch, and I thought Tin Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Renee. I forgot about that one. Train to Busan.
That one's a good one.
That one's really good. That one actually got me too.
Have you seen it?
Actually, yeah, it's pretty solid.
It actually got me.
It's got good. Because that one was raw. Like that one, how do you fucking deal with that?
You don't.
And that one is recent enough to where we don't want to give spoilers for that one.
Tiff said not exactly zombies, but I Am Legend.
Technically, they were.
The dog scene. Oh my god.
I don't want to. I don't like it.
Don't with that. Him laying in the tub with her.
Okay, so Train to Busan. Oh,
I'll watch an entire village get slaughtered on TV. Don't do the dog
No, just that
or the cat.
That was awful. That
It
was so
was.
awful.
Koreans go crazy. Patrick,
Yep. Legit. Yep.
it's like it's the never-ending story all over again.
Artax, no. Anyway, so damn it.
This took a really dark turn.
Fuck me.
It's kind of like me and the kids. We watched the Alien movies.
Yeah.
So Alien, Aliens, Covenant, Resurrection, all that
Oh,
shit.
you skipped Alien 3?
We watched Alien 3. That's what fucked them up. Was Alien 3.
Alien 3 fucked him?
That's what fucked them up.
The dog.
Okay.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Once again, you haven't seen the Alien movies. Where the fuck have you been?
This is like 1993.
That's kind of where we're at. Like a lot of these movies are nearly 20, 30 years old at this point. God, we're old.
I will say, I definitely respect the fact that she rescued the cat. So-
In 1 and 2.
yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Twice.
And then the bitch died in 3. But that was from the crash.
That was from the crash.
Yeah, whatever.
You're like, I saved this little girl. We're going to live happily after. Third movie.
Yeah.
She died on impact.
Smack.
But
No cat this time.
Yeah.
or technically, if you, because it wasn't 1, but technically it was. If you want to look at it, Carpenter's The Thing,
Okay.
because as it inhabited the people, because it spread, it was a entity that spread.
Trying to remember it because I think I've seen it. I just don't remember it.
They did a remake of it too, which I didn't like as much, but that's just me. But it was, they were in the Arctic and at this fucking secluded ass place and wound up with a strange creature that was released from the ice. And as it inhabited each being that was there, whether it was a person or an animal, it turned them into something not human or animal.
You know, that's an actual tradition. Every winter at the Antarctic station on their winter overs, they watch that movie.
Yeah, which is fucked because it's a fucked up movie.
Every winter over they do, which their winter is in June.
Yeah.
Every winter over they do, they watch The Thing. That's a tradition
It's
at
fucked
the
up.
Antarctica station.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It is.
They have a literal
Right,
place
right,
on the station called the Beer Can. And I love it.
Trying to think of what else would be kind of cool.
We're going Parasites, the flood from Halo.
Technically,
The Ruins.
yeah.
Another on the girl with all the gifts. I think that was.
That one was a very interesting take.
It
That
sure
one was
was.
a tragic take too.
Y'all are giving me a bunch of movies to have to watch. Some of them I haven't heard of, and others I don't remember.
Girl with all the gifts is kind of fucked. Actually, it's kind of fucked up.
Oh!
What is it?
The Ruins is just Ephesol's bathroom.
I mean, it's kind of not wrong.
Shit.
You know, we talked about it, The Descent. You have the cave dwelling zombie like creatures. I mean, they're creatures, but
The Abyss.
The Abyss was one of the first ones that I'd ever seen, and the one scene in that movie traumatized the bejesus out of me. Because I watched it, it came out in like 89, 88. I think I watched it when I was 5.
I was about ready to say, so that would be 89 if you watched it when you were 5.
Yep, I think I
I
remember watching that. I'm like, oh, it's underwater exploration. That's cool.
We're
What is lands?
yeah,
Yeah.
fuck. But yeah, there's all kinds of iterations of zombies. Trying I mean, if you really,
My brain immediately went to all the shitty C movies from the 80s, the zombie Nazis.
I remember the movie.
They're so bad.
It's such.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
Uh,
There's like an entire subgenre of just that.
there actually is.
There sure
It-
is.
one that I thought was interesting. It was a take off of another graphic.
I think Van Helsing had some zombies in it.
It had zombies in it.
I mean, technically it was Frankenstein.
Monster?
Yeah.
It's not Frankenstein. Frankenstein's the doctor.
There.
Patrick rolling out of his always bathroom, playing quick boom.
You mean the monster?
So here's an interesting take.
Yeah.
If we're going pop culture, here's an
It
interesting
sure is, Patrick.
the symbiotes from the Spider-Man series.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that.
They are literally a parasite that infects a host. The reason why they're called symbiotes is they give their host something that they typically wouldn't have in order for the symbiote to be able to eat. They feed off of the brain chemicals that are produced by their host.
I can see that.
Like actually, that's the whole shtick. They actually feed off of the chemical that is produced by violence or by reward hormone. Yup.
Yeah, I can see that too, Tiff. Even though,
Stargate.
yeah, the Gould.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Atlantis, the Wraith. Sorry, I nerded.
No.
I nerded hard.
Dude, we're all nerding right now. Fucking
That's
ghouls.
got a little funny of Boy Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Yeah. Fucking
Grant, the old lady scene.
love.
Fucking Indiana Jones.
Yeah, the Wraith from Stargate Atlantis. They're 100%, even though they're more sentient and closer to vamp. No,
No, they're not.
they-
Not to vampires.
but they're more touch feeding than they are biteies. But they suck all the fluids out of you.
They
Kind
kind
of
of
like
like
spider.
Well, yeah, I was about to say the same thing. You
Yeah.
know, Morpheus, the quote unquote living vampire.
The Wraith are sucky sucky.
Slither.
Slither, I don't know if Slither, I don't know if I would count Slither as a zombie situation. Slither is definitely a parasitic situation.
Yeah.
Because it was Slither, if I remember correctly, was the slugs.
Wasn't it the one where they infected the high school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was the faculty.
Fuck.
Yeah,
It's,
that's faculty.
so it's the same fucking story.
Essentially, it's the
Okay.
same story, just told in a different way. But the faculty, you know, it's where. But those were
Hand me that raccoon.
aliens, though, snorting certain substances killed them. Apparently, the parasites. But
They needed. They could not deal with large amounts of dopamine. If I'm remembering correctly.
some shit like that. But
But that's the reason why they were doing substances.
it was substances. Use your imagination. Go watch the movie. It's fucking hilarious, actually.
I mean, if we're along those lines, the movie The Host.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
that one's actually really good too.
We need to probably sit down and do a movie night.
Agreed.
We've been talking about doing that
Yeah.
actually, because I think that'd be kind of neat.
Yeah.
We are also coming up on 10:30 in an hour on the live. So
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been fun tonight. We are going to go ahead and cut it here. We love y'all. We
I agree,
appreciate
Patrick.
you. We hope to see you next week.
When we do some card readings.
Will they do card reading?
Not Oracle or Tarot. We're just playing Magic the Gathering.
Maybe.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Open this bitch.
that was the one that they killed the monsters with Andrew shampoo.
I mean, there is that too.
Fuck.
That there, I'm trying to fucking God. It's so funny, and it's true. It's true. But on that fucking note,
Love you guys.
I'm so trying.
What?
Y'all have a good one.
it was